Good morning, good morning, story timers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. Today is Wednesday, September 1st. What? Can you believe it is September 1st? It's Wednesday, and I will tell you right now, I woke up today to the sound of rain, and all I know is that when the weather starts to change like this, we know it's time for back to school. Yay! I'm just kidding. I'm so excited for the kids that are going back to school this year. It's going to be a fantastic year. But I will tell you what else I'm really excited for. Football season. Yeah. I'm totally excited because today is Wednesday. And you know what that means? Today is Wednesday and tonight is Girls Gone Green. One of our favorite sponsors of Storytime and vice versa is actually Girls Gone Green. I love it. I'm there tonight with my co-host Tracy Locke, and we will be talking about all things football, which is why on Wednesday during football season, which is really kicking off, no pun intended, but pun intended, I will tell you what, this is my Wednesday and my Sunday here. Wednesday, Sunday, football. I'm so excited. Good morning, Ryan. Nice to see you this morning all the way from Northern Ireland. I watched Cottage on the Cross. What is on my nose today? I feel like today, it's like my face looks like there's something happening. I don't know what it is. But I'll tell you what, I'm just so happy to be here with you. And yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 25. And it is like, what? I know, crazy. And we read some really fun books. And we recognized the fact that I purchased a new Aesop Fables book because the one that I had, that is the classics, I now am going to nickname. Are you ready for this one? Oh, you know what? I should really put it up here. I'm going to put it up. I came up with an idea this morning, and I was like, Aesop. It's perfect. It's perfect for story time on Wednesday because it's football day. Are you ready? I like to call those Aesop's Fumbles because they are just so crazy. Did you know that Aesop's Fables have some really dark things that go on in them to the point where I had to go to the store and try to find a new Aesop's Fables book that was maybe not so, I don't know, harsh. And I know that maybe that's one of the things that people are like, but that's how it was back then. You should know these things. And I say, not at story time. Story time is all about squishy toys, squishmallows, hugs, love, unicorns, and things like that. So I'm just going to save the actual Aesop's Fables for when you're with someone that doesn't mind reading that kind of stuff to you. But when you're here at story time, I think that the original ones are Aesop Fumbles, and that's how I'm calling that call on Wednesday. A Girls Gone Green Wednesday, football season Wednesday, September 1st. That's what I'm saying, okay? So today we have a lot going on. Good morning, Lisa Marie. What's going on? I'm so excited that you're here. We have so many exciting announcements to make. First and foremost, thank you for the hugs from my little friends Liliana and Melanie from Massachusetts. I love this. But I want to say, are you guys ready? Today is September 1st. We just ended August. This is it. We are going into the season of autumn, or as I like to call it, football season. And we have so many exciting things going on. Like school is starting again. Today, we're celebrating birthdays in my family. Today happens to be, are you ready for this? My uncle's birthdays. Yeah, two of them. How? Because they're twins. I have an Uncle Charlie and an Uncle Tony, or Anthony, really. It's Charles and Anthony. And it's really exciting because my daughter Carly was born the day before, and Carly is the feminine version of Charlie. And she was like born literally minutes before the first. I mean, how exciting is that? So we have a lot of excitement in my family at this time of the year. Good morning, Frank Simon. Wood warning, Wacky Wednesday, Worry Weimers. I love it. And that's funny because that's the alliterative. He just got an alliterative sentence in already. He is just an alliterative genius. And today is the letter E. And you know what the letter E stands for, guys? E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. And it's J-E-T-S, Jets. So let me find the letter E and see if we have any names on the back so we can shout out the kids that's names start with the letter E. Let's remove the letter D from yesterday and see what we have going on. So, yeah, one of the things, if it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. We're live since March 21st, 2020, Sunday through Friday. I mean, we used to be here every day of the week during quarantine, but then I had to go back to work. Good morning, Jim Tomlinson, coming in from California. So let me know what the weather's like, because here today on the East Coast, it is rainy. I haven't been outside, so I don't know how warm it is out there, but I will tell you this. I woke up to some serious rain. Although if you watch Cottage on the Cross, if you're over on Instagram sometimes, it was a beautiful day in Northern Ireland, UK. Okay. The letter E looks like this. And how perfect is it that today, one of the books that we are going to be reading is all about, well, it's not all about, I don't know because I don't pre-read them. But I saw this at Barnes & Noble and I had to get it because, check it out, E, Ernie Barnes. And I love football. It's Wednesday. Pigskins to Paintbrushes. You know I love art. And it's a story of football playing artist Ernie Barnes. So today, one of the stories we're reading is that story for my uncle's birthday because they are definitely comedians. I am reading this one, although I should have waited for tomorrow for this. But you know what? It's okay. I don't want to be a frog. I just thought that looked funny. I don't want to be a frog. So that's the other one. And then for the third story today, it's going to be an Aesop Fable. Now, you know, if you just got here, I am going to be calling it from now on Aesop's Fumbles, because on Wednesdays especially, because I had to go out and get a whole new book because the originals are so scary that it's like definitely a fumble. All right, so let's check out the letter E. And that's today's letter. It is the A, B, C, D, E, the fifth letter of the alphabet. Okay, yes, I count with my fingers sometimes. And let's check it out. This is what the lowercase looks like. And this is what the uppercase looks like. And you see this? I feel like if this was a yoga position and it's stretched, and when it's stretched all the way up and open, it would look like the uppercase E, right? It kind of looks like if this guy, right, if you were an E and you tucked one in. You like that? Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I just like to use my imagination and see what we can come up with to make it fun for the kids to read because literacy is so important. That's why when I practice my alliterative sentences, right, I just sight read. Sight reading is important too. And don't feel bad or embarrassed if you fumble. Football, I know, I love it. If you fumble, just keep reading. So let's get back into some order. Who woke up today with so much gratitude? I did. I woke up with so much gratitude because I woke up. That's it. Simplicity. It's just if you woke up, you should have something to be grateful for. And it's called waking up. That's number one. Then I started my healthy habits. I started actually doing my laundry. Really, I started folding my laundry and putting my laundry away. But I also brushed my teeth, took a shower, and then came over to story time. So these are healthy habits, and they're all great things to get into a routine so that you can start your day in the best way. So high of 93 today out in California, over in Fresno, where Jim is. Now you know what that means. If it's going to be hot, and even if it's not, what's another healthy habit we can get into? Drinking water. Drinking water is so important, and we're so lucky to be able to have water to drink. So in honor of the birthdays, I brought back my birthday cup. I feel like I might sneeze. I think it's there. It might go away. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like there, but it doesn't want to. Okay. All right. There was false start. All right. So anyhow, here we go. We are going to practice some healthy habits like drinking water. Why do we drink water? Because water is so important for our bodies. Because no matter what you look like, who you are, where you live, you know the one thing we all have in common? We all have the largest organ of our body is our skin. And we want to keep it healthy. We want to keep it hydrated because we know that that's important. Now, some people don't all have palatable drinking water. What does that mean? It means that their drinking water that comes out of the tap is not healthy for them to drink. Now, if you live somewhere that you have that, consider yourself lucky, and that's just another thing to be grateful for. If you need to have bottled water, or if you're blessed to have bottled water, that's awesome. But just be grateful, because water is a way that energy travels through the body. So my friend, Valerie from Canada, she taught me, or reminded me, I should say, that we should be grateful for our water, which I already knew. But you could send love and light and messages of joy into your water so that when you drink it, it goes into your body. I know that sounds a little silly, but not really. It's not really silly. You can think whatever you want to think, but I know I'm happy to have water. So who's ready to drink some water with me? Ready? I drink to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that I consistently drink the same amount, because I want to make sure I know that I'm drinking lots of water during the day. So you ready for our healthy habit? Here we go. That's amazing. So lucky. So grateful. And yeah, Frank Simon, he said, well, today and tomorrow, we're going to get a lot of water from the sky. Yeah, I think there's a lot of rain about to hit the East Coast. And we are going to continue to send love and light out to our friends in Louisiana, because they are going through some serious and terrible things because of the storm and the flooding. So let's make sure that we send love and light out today to so many people, but including them. Hey, that's so true. In churches, the priest blesses the water. That's so true. It's very true. I do believe that. When you get baptized, you're baptized with water. Water is magical. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And think about this. In The Wizard of Oz, you know what got that wicked witch away? Water. Because she was melting. Okay. Now that's, my rendition of that. But anyway, let's get back to healthy habits, gratitude, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, being kind to others. What else? Well, practicing the alphabet. Good morning, Holly. Hi, Patrick. How are you? You look so beautiful when you went to that wedding. I saw your pictures. You looked amazing. Okay, so who's ready to get their endorphins up and exercise a little bit? 26 letters in the alphabet, and you know that we like to get our movements going for each and every one of them. So we're going to start with seated jumping jacks. Why? Because the seated version of the exercises mean that more people can exercise, we hope. Now, if because of an injury or disability, you cannot exercise, it's okay. Exercise your mind, exercise your brain, picture the letters in different colors, picture the letters as pictures, whatever it is that you want to do. If you're a baby and maybe you can't really do jumping jacks yet because you don't even know what a jumping jack is, maybe you could just wiggle a little bit to the alphabet. But I want you to listen, because after we practice the alphabet this way, we're going to practice the alphabet this way, because we know that the Asl alphabet is so important to have in our toolbox, because then if we meet someone that doesn't communicate the same way we do, we can still communicate, and who doesn't want that? I mean, can you picture me not communicating, not talking, not doing something? Oh my goodness. I met someone yesterday who spoke Spanish, and I only know un poquito. So I did my best to communicate with her. But as luck would have it, as the universe would have it, you know what happened? I had books donated recently, and one of the books was a children's dictionary. It was huge. It was really thick. It was really big. And I had it in the salon, and you know what I did? I said, por favor, please take this. And she took it. And she was so happy because she's learning English, and there's pictures and there's words. And I was like, this is amazing. And you just never know. You never know what's going to happen or who you're going to meet. So are you ready? I'm ready. Arms out. 26 letters in the alphabet. We get to the 13th letter. It's the letter M. We shout middle. Then from there, we change our movement and we go into arm circles till we get to S and we yell switch. Don't get nervous. If it's your first time here, just watch. You'll figure it out with us. Trust me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So proud of you. Give yourself a clap. Listen, that's amazing. The fact that you're participating and the fact that no one is there making sure you're participating, you know what you're building more than muscle? Look at that football move. See that? Watch this. It gained some yardage. Well, I'll tell you what, you're gaining. You are building character. I'm so proud of you. Character is something that needs to be built from the inside out. You cannot purchase it. You cannot supersize it through a drive-through. Character is something you are responsible for. And if you start building character from a young age, I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. If there's a character bodybuilding contest, it would be so cool because maybe I might enter. But anyhow, okay. We practice the alphabet. We exercise. We got our endorphins up. That helps with your happiness. And who doesn't want to be happier, right? This is the place you come for joy and excitement in the morning, but you need to be able to take it with you because I can't be there always, which is sad, I know. But when I'm not there, I can tell you it's within you. You just have to dig a little deeper. Trust me, I'm not like this every moment of the day. I have downtime too. I do. There's times where I fumble. There's times when I have to sit on the bench of life and I sit there and I say, let me review the play. How could I have changed what I did? How could I have changed how I handled a certain situation? And how could I handle that moment better? And I'm telling you right now, when you start getting a handle on your own self, life is a lot easier. Don't just remember, don't just remember. Look at that. Remember, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. That's something I have to remember. Okay, let's just get to the Asl Alphabet. This is getting real deep. All right, let's go over and check it out. So this is what the Asl Alphabet looks like. Here's a few big examples, and here's a full alphabet. Big examples, full alphabet. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do it. Practice makes perfect. If you don't get the whole thing this time, I do this every day. Fridays we do the no peek alphabet, but I want to let you know you can do it. Hands up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I love it. You guys are amazing. Now, I see my alliterative sentences. I can avoid them no longer. Let's check it out. I have 2 alliterative sentences in my comments. I know that the first one I see is Lisa's. And I'm going to try Lisa's today before vitamin time. Does that mean that she has an edge up on me? Absolutely. Does it mean I'm going to quit or not do it? No. I'm going to take my challenge head on. But first, let's say good morning to those kids on the back of the letter E. Let's see. Do I have any other additions? Let me try and look, scanning all of my names. I'm pretty sure I've got all of the letters covered or all the names covered for the letter E, and I'm going to shout good morning out before I get to my alliterative sentences. This is the way that we wake up the kids. We let them know how special they are. I used to read the entire board every day, but it takes a really long time, and I like to highlight the players of the week. Well, today, it's the letter E, and guess who's on the back? When you hear your name, I want you to jump up and down, fill yourself with excitement, E, excitement, and know how special you are. Because everyone here is special. Everyone's an individual, but together we are so much stronger because we are the coolest group ever, Storytimers. Are you ready? Here we go. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Ella. Good morning, Alec. Good morning, Emerson. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Ellie and Evie from the UK. That's the good morning for the letter E. Okay. Alphabet, I'm putting this over by you. Now, let's get to the alliterative sentence. Don't forget, alliteration is when the same sound is repeated in the beginning of a word, whether it's by the actual same letter or just the same sound. And it's used in, how is it used? Poetry, prose, songs. And the funny thing is, a lot of tongue twisters. So are you ready? And remember, I'm sight reading, so if I stumble, go easy on me, okay? Here you go. I'm not looking. I'm looking. Ernie Elephant eats 11 eggs early while Evelyn Egbert efficiently eluded 11 elevated eggs. Excellent. Ernie Elephant eats 11 eggs early while Evelyn Egbert efficiently eluded 11 elevated eggs. Excellent. Ernie Elephant eats 11 eggs early while Evelyn Egbert efficiently eluded 11 elevated eggs. Excellent. I'm going to wait for the official word and see what you guys think. I hope that I exceeded your expectations. I'm not sure. But while we wait for the official ruling to come in on that play, let's get ready for the next segment I like to call Vitamin Time. Vitamin Time is one of my favorite times because it's where we can practice healthy habits and good manners. What? Healthy habits and good manners? Yeah, healthy habits and good manners. Because, exemplary win. Exemplary Donna wins. A little stumble, but I can say Donna has it. Thank you, Lisa. You are so amazing at your sentences. I'm so impressed by you all the time. And I'll tell you what, I pictured in my mind, I was running with the ball and I was right on the line and they were like, ooh, let's check the play. And they looked and they were like, I didn't step outside. So that's exactly how that felt. Exceeded expectations. Thank you, Frank. Okay, Lisa comes in with the first guess. 1 pink and 1 purple, please, she says, which I love. Okay. Now, what's going to be next? 2 pinks, please, says Ryan. Remember, everyone, there are pink and purple vitamins in this bottle, but there's 1 magical yellow one left over from a different vitamin group. But it's really kind of exciting to see when that's going to happen. It is my uncle's birthday today. I do need to sing happy birthday to them. And I will tell you what. Ooh, 1 yellow, 1 purple. Frank Simon's getting daring. I love it. All right, so, whoever wins, whoever picks the correct vitamin combination gets to pick the page out of this little yellow book, A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley. Uncommon ideas for living an unusually happy life. And I do live an unusually happy life, even on the days when I'm sad. Even on the days where it's not always good, I find goodness somewhere. I'm telling you, it's magical that you can do that on your own. You are in control of your feelings. Remember that, okay? A lot of purple left. Let's check it out there. Oh, and there it is, Frank Simon, the yellow, taunting you. Well, let's see what we get. So healthy habits are so important to get into, right? Like we say, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, and taking your vitamins. We couple this time with good manners. Why? Because there's a child-proof lock. So we always want to say, please, please may I have my vitamins. Thank you for my vitamins. And guess what else? We never chew with our mouth open or talk with our mouth full. No, never. Rude. We don't want to be rude. Okay? So, are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. If you want to continue to guess, you can. Until I reveal the vitamins, guesses are allowed. We've got Lisa with 1 pink and 1 purple. We have 2 pinks for Ryan, a yellow and a purple for Mr. Frank Simon. Let's see what's going to happen. If you don't get the correct combination, I'm going to be left to pick the page myself, which it's more fun when you guys pick it. But I will also say this. If you don't win, you will get 1,000,000 kabillion universal bucks. But you have to believe in all that. You do. I believe in it. Okay, here we go. I'm not looking. Whew. This is exciting. Here we go. for the winner of today's picking of the vitamins. 1, 2, 3. First vitamin is purple. Second vitamin is pink. Who said one pink, one purple? Lisa Marie, you are so connected to the universe. I am so impressed by you. Okay, so now pink and purple have it. She gets to pick the page between 7 and 158. I will be chewing my vitamins with my mouth closed, not talking with my mouth full. Here we go. Are you ready? Sour. Ugh. All right. Sour vitamins means I should totally drink some water. Yeah, 100 because I feel that is excellent. It is. 100 is a great number. And you know what? In football, there's 100 yards, right? Right? Because there's 50 in the middle. You'd be on the 50-yard line. There's 50 to the left, 50 to the right. That's 100. So that's perfect for today, actually, Lisa. And I love that you said please. That's one of my favorite things. I love kindness, and I love good manners. I love some water. So you ready? Here we go. All right, page 100. Here we go. The greatest trick and most subtle secret to doing anything really, really well is loving that you get to do it at all. Do it your way. That's why you're here. The presumption at all times and under all circumstances should always be that you are good enough, worthy enough, and lovable enough, and that you are exactly the right kind of person in the right kind of place at the right time to have the life you want. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been given such dreams to begin with. That's so true. Sometimes you'll learn much more about life, love, and happiness when you're single than when you're in a relationship, when you're looking for work than when you're working, and when you're confused rather than when you're clear, which doesn't mean don't seek change if you want there to be change. It means if you can allow yourself to learn what there is to learn from wherever you are now rather than resist, you'll greatly accelerate your dreamed of transformation. That's today's lesson. Oh, you have some donated books from Washington State for me? That's amazing. And I think I'm almost done with all the books that I borrowed from you. I need to make sure and take a little look-see and see if there's anything left that I haven't really read yet. But I'm telling you, I'm so excited for today's stories. I have 2 stories that are new that I got from Barnes & Noble for my collection. And we are going to read Aesop's Fables. But I had to get a new Aesop's Fable book because, like I said, the other one, Aesop's Fumbles, there was so much scary stuff in there. And I was just like, oh, not for these kids. Trying to keep it positive here. Okay, so now that we did this, now it's time to read Frank Simon's sentence. He's got an alliterative sentence that looks scary. But what do I already tell everybody every day? Practice makes perfect. Reading is really good for you. Practicing your sight reading, and even if you stumble or fumble, okay, so it's a competition here because it's fun, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to stop because if Frank keeps winning or if Lisa keeps winning or vice versa. But really the most important part is to know that even if you do stumble, just keep reading because words, like we practice our alphabet, right? The letters become words. Words become sentences. Sentences become paragraphs. Paragraphs become books. And that's the point of this. I want to make sure you guys are reading or listening to at least some books, right? So important. Okay, let's see what Frank's sentence is today. I'm not looking. I'm telling you, sometimes it's really hard for me not to look, but I'm not looking. All right. All right. I'm looking. Eccentric Edsel eats eggs every equinox except Ethel Esterhaus eats exquisite eclairs each and every Easter. Ernie Ernst exclusively eats elfin eggs even if everyone eats. Okay. Eccentric Edsel eats eggs every equinox except Ethel. You got me. Eccentric Edsel eats eggs every equinox except Ethel Esterhaus eats exquisite eclairs each and every Easter. Ernie Ernst exclusively eats elfin eggs even if everyone eats. Eccentric Edsel eats eggs every equinox except Ethel Esterhaus eats exquisite eclairs each and every Easter. Ernie Ernst exclusively eats elfin eggs even if everyone eats. I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. Eccentric Edsel eats eggs every equinox except Ethel Esterhaus eats exquisite eclairs each and every Easter. Ernie Ernst exclusively eats elfin eggs even if everyone eats. All right, that was amazing. That was a rough one. And I will tell you, definitely got to have the win. Good for you, Frank Simon. I should have brought in my pom-poms. I could have cheered for you. Although I will tell you, I feel more like you're like the pirate. You're like the pirate of the alliterative sentence. I'll get you, my pretty. I'm not even going to read that. I'm not justifying that with a read. All right. Electric Frank is an epic winner. Nice. Good. I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad that you get to win sometimes. Just kidding, Frank. You win a lot. All right. Who's ready to send some love and light out? Let's get it popping. We have a lot of people that we know that need us to elevate the vibration of the global population. And wait, what is that Queen song? This is the fourth one I won, so I guess that means I'm a champion. Listen, if that's the song you want to sing, you are the champion, my friend. Bam, bam, bam. And you're going to keep crying until the end when I beat you, but whatever. Just kidding. All right, listen. Today, we need to elevate the vibration of the global population in exponential amounts. We have a lot going on right now. We have so many people that need our prayers, our love, our thoughts, our joy, and our light. And I know that if you're watching this right now, whether live or on the replay, I want to say thank you because you are one of our light workers. You are one of our story timers. And this is the segment where we send love and light to each other. And it's just that easy from your head, your heart, and your whole being, because that's what we do here. Jerry Reesby. I was walking early, and it's going to be a hot one and humid. Jerry, let me tell you something. Good for you for getting out and exercising. I'm proud of you. Drink lots of water if it's hot and humid. Right now, we're about to send some love and light, especially to our friends in Louisiana, because you want to know what? Yeah, they need our love and light. We're going to get our friend Bartholomew. He is our story time buddy. Yeah, he is. And we can get our other friends out here. Like, for instance, who's this? Oh, this is our teacher friend for our School of Fish, okay? Because school is starting up again. And we want to make sure that all of our teachers are safe. Then, where are you? Hey, where'd she go? Our Make-A-Wish Uni in honor of our birthday boys today. The twins, my uncles, Charlie and Anthony. So we'll sing happy birthday to them before we leave. Okay, but right now, let's send love and light out to everyone that needs it. To our troops, to our frontline workers, to anyone, EMTs, okay? Please, anyone who needs someone there to uplift them. If you are feeling lonely, if you're feeling ignored, if you are feeling like someone has overlooked you, know that we're here and know that we've got your back, okay? And yes, elephant never forgets. Good call, Ryan. Okay, so here we go. We've got elephant, we've got Make-A-Wish Uni, we've got our school teacher fish, we've got our bear. Yes, and emergency services. All right, so ready? On the count of 3, from your head, your heart, and your heart chakra. Let's do it. Elevating the vibration of the global population one day at a time. You, me, and everyone else. Let's go. Well, that was amazing. That felt pretty awesome, you guys. Okay, now, are you getting ready? Because we've got some books. We've got some Aesop's Fables to get to. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you to bring your hands up here. Take a deep breath in and say, I am. Blow it out. Positive word only about yourself. Ready? I am awesome. I am excellent. I am energetic. I am ready to read. Let's check out Aesop's Fables and see just what story we could read today for E. I don't even know if there's going to be one with E in this, but we're going to find out. All right. Let's go to The Eagle and the Crow, page 39. All right. The Eagle and the Crow. Oh my goodness. Look at this picture. I wonder what it would be like in this book. This is the Aesop's Fables book. One day a crow saw an eagle swoop down on a lamb and carry it aloft in its talons. My word, said the crow. I'll do that myself. So it flew high up in the air and then came shooting down with a great whirring of wings on the back of a big ram with the intention of carrying it off. It had no sooner alighted than its claws got caught fast in the wool, and nothing it could do was of any use. There it stuck, flapping away, and only making things worse instead of better. By and by, up came the shepherd. Oh, he said, so that's what you'd be doing, is it? And he took the crow and clipped its wings and carried it home to his children. It looked so odd that they didn't know what to make of it. What sort of bird is it, father? They asked. It's a crow, he replied, and nothing but a crow, but it wants to be taken for an eagle. Thoughtless imitation will end in danger. That's so interesting. So check it out. There's the crow trying to copy what the eagle did, right? And it got stuck, and there's no way it was going to lift that ram. So therefore, the lesson is thoughtless imitation will end in danger. So, you know what I get out of that one? Just be yourself. Don't be someone else. Be yourself and be loved for who you are. Be liked for who you are. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are, I don't know, what they have. You want to worry about what you have, who you are, what you're doing, and that's it. So don't even worry about it. Okay. I wonder what the eagle and the crow is like in this book. But I'm not looking. I'm not going to add to the fumbling. All right. Are you so excited? Because I am so excited for this next book. I am going to read I Don't Want to Be a Frog. And then we're going to end today with Pigskins and Paintbrushes, the story of football playing artist Ernie Barnes. All right? First, I don't want to be a frog. Look at these animals. How cute are they? And look at the frog. So cute. I Don't Want to Be a Frog by Dev Petty and Mike Bolt. I want to be a cat. You look at this. I love it. You can't be a cat. Why not? Why not? Because you're a frog. I don't like being a frog. It's too wet. Well, you can't be a cat. Okay? You can't be a cat. I want to be a rabbit. You can't be a rabbit. Why not? Look, I can hop. Sure, but where are your long ears? Besides, what's wrong with being a frog? I don't like being a frog. It's too slimy. Well, that may be, but you can't be a rabbit. Well, have you ever felt like you didn't want to be you and you want to be something else? I want to be a pig. I want to be a pig. You can't be a pig. Why not? Most of all because you're a frog, but also because you don't have a curly tail or eat garbage. Well, I can eat garbage. Everyone says that until they eat garbage. Sorry, you can't be a pig. Ooh, I want to be an owl. Of course you want to be an owl. Being an owl is the greatest thing ever. Boy, would you love being an owl? So, can I be an owl then? No, of course not. Why not? You don't have wings. You don't look wise. You can't turn your head all the way around. You are a frog. You're a frog. What's wrong with being a frog anyway? Too much bug eating. I see. But still no being an owl for you. Ooh, bug sandwiches. Why so glum? I don't want to be a frog. What do you want to be then? Not a frog. I want to be a cat or a rabbit or a pig or an owl. Something cute and warm. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Whoa! Oh my goodness. I love eating cats. I love eating rabbits and pigs and owls too. And I'm pretty hungry. I just might go gobble some up right now. Ugh. That's terrible. That's terrible. It's who I am. But guess the one thing I never eat. Badgers? No, I eat lots of badgers. Lots of badgers. Frogs? Bingo. Why don't you eat frogs? Because they're too wet and slimy and full of bugs. Oh, so it's good to be a frog? Yep. I guess you can't fight nature. We are what we are. You are a fierce hunter. You are a wet, slimy, bug-eating, very lucky frog. You should just be happy you're not a fly. What's wrong with being a fly? That's a great story. I love it. Right, Carol? It totally is a great story. And it goes with our theme. I don't want to be a frog. And I read the Aesop's Fable about the owl and the eagle. And no, what was it called? The crow and the eagle. And the crow wanted to be an eagle. And guess what happened? The crow went all the way down and tried to do what the eagle did, which was to catch. Well, there's lots of eagles in this book. And the eagle and the crow went down to try to catch the ram because he saw the eagle lift the lamb, and then guess what happened? Its talons got stuck, and then the farmer caught the crow, cut the wings, and then it became a house bird. Yeah, it's not easy being green. That's so funny. All right, I'm so excited because on this Wednesday, this very green, Girls Gone Green Wednesday, it is football season eve almost when it comes to Girls Gone Green. I am so excited because I went to Barnes & Noble and treated myself to some books for my library, okay? My own personal library. Because I just was so excited to see that there's a book that had football involved. But then I got closer and look what I see. Pigskin to Paintbrushes. The story of football playing artist Ernie Barnes, okay, by author Don Tate. I am so excited because you know I love football, and this is a true story. So, Ernie Barnes realized that football and art were one and the same. Both required rhythm, both required technique, passing, pulling, breaking down the field, and that was an art, and it's so true. What do we do when we have a book with a jacket? We take the jacket off, we set it down, and then we make sure that we give it back to the book before we set it somewhere else. But why do we do that? Because I don't want to rip the jacket, because books to me are my prized possessions. I love books, and I hope that you love books too. Look at this. I always love to see the difference in the artwork when you look at the jacket and then you look at the hardcover. So it's very interesting to me to see that. Okay, I love it. And remember, I always talk about this. You know, you could be young authors out there watching. I don't know. But maybe you're not an author. Maybe you're an illustrator. Not every book is written and illustrated by the same person. So teaming up with someone like a friend that might be a great writer, and if you're the artist, that's awesome. But I also love the idea of drawing pictures and then creating a story around it. So this is the book I'm excited to read to you today about Ernie Barnes. Pigskins to Paintbrushes. Here we go. Sports didn't come easy for Ernest. He couldn't run very fast. He couldn't dribble a basketball to save his life. No one picked him to play on their teams. Ernest felt pretty lousy about it all. I couldn't conform easily to the athletic ideal, he once said. It seemed most everyone expected boys to be good at sports, especially in the Bottom, a neighborhood of hard-working but poor African Americans in Durham, North Carolina. Ernest was good at something, however. He was good at art. In his sketch pad, he drew pictures of trees and clouds, animals and people. In the mud, after a light rain, he sketched flowing lines all over his yard. Ernest never said much. His artwork was his voice. Love that. His artwork was his voice. Opportunities to learn about art were slim for kids in the Bottom during the 1930s. Art museums, as well as restaurants, hotels, and most colleges, were off limits to black people. Segregation was the law that kept white and black people apart. Laws didn't stop Ernest's mother from finding a way. Ernest's father was a shipping clerk at a tobacco company in Durham. His mother worked in the home of an attorney, a man who loved classical music and art. Sometimes she took Ernest along to her job. While she worked, Ernest scanned art books the attorney had welcomed him to look at, books brimming with the works of revered artists such as Toulouse-Lautrec. Listen, I'm sorry. Delacroix, and Michelangelo. Bold, expressive brushstrokes, bright, vivid colors, long, exaggerated physiques painted Ernest's memories for years to come. At school, Ernest was a bully magnet. A boy who didn't play sports, who loved art, played the trombone, and enjoyed reading poetry. Oh, he got teased for being different. They hated me, he once said. One day after class, kids circled around. They shoved Ernest. They snatched away his trombone, and Ernest fell and skinned his knee. After that, his teachers allowed him to leave school early to avoid more fights. At home, Ernest flooded his sketch pad with hurt feelings. When I was at home and drawing, I was happy. I made friends with lines, Ernest later said. Aw. The taunts continued in junior high. One day, someone walloped him over the head with a book. Every eye fixed on Ernest. He froze. Always drawing, someone said. You gonna be an artist, babe? Someone else mocked. Then someone blurted out, he ain't got no guts. That's why he won't play. Play football. That's what real boys do, so many people thought. When the teasing became unbearable, Ernest dragged himself to the coach's office and joined the football team. Practice drills began with an ear-piercing whistle, but Ernest couldn't keep up. Running in a helmet and pads is like exercising in an oven. The coach fumed. You'll never be nothing, he yelled. His berating didn't stop there. You're too pretty to play this game. That was it. Ernest quit the team. Oh, that is so sad. In high school, the pressure to play football turned up again. A large boy like Ernest, everyone thought, would surely make a great defensive lineman. Ernest had a plan. He instructed his mother to just say no should any coaches come snooping around to ask him about joining the team. But she didn't listen. Over a prayer and a plate of fried chicken, she and the coach made one final decision. Ernest would become number 73 on the Hillside Hornets. Ernest was miserable, but his sketch pad and pencil soothed him. In a quiet hallway far from the football field, Ernest released his troubles onto the page. Then one day he got caught. What are you doing here, boy? A voice cut the silence. It was Mr. Tucker, the weightlifting coach. He took Ernest's sketch pad. But then Mr. Tucker smiled. Did you do these drawings? He asked. Yes, sir, Ernest said. Mr. Tucker chatted with Ernest about his art. They talked about football and grades too, and bodybuilding. Turned out, exercise had helped Mr. Tucker to become a better athlete. Could bodybuilding help Ernest to become a better football player? Maybe. Ernest couldn't wait to find out. Ah, enters the mentor. For a while, Ernest's attention turned away from art. Instead, he focused on building muscle. At home, he followed Mr. Tucker's instructions. He exercised and lifted weights. He pushed himself all summer. When football season began in the fall, Ernest was a muscle machine with confidence to match. Not only did he play football, but Ernest also became the team captain. Later, he joined the track team too, becoming state champion in the shot put. I did the shot put. I was never state champion. By graduation, he had earned 26 athletic scholarships to colleges and universities. I had the chills. After that, no one messed with 6'3", nearly 250-pound lineman again. I found a groove, Ernest later said. I loved to win. Oh my God, this is a great book. What a great story! No offers came from Duke University, only 7 miles from his home, or from the University of North Carolina. Black players weren't allowed. Segregation was still the law. His mom promised him a car if he'd stay at home and attend nearby North Carolina College, an all-black school that welcomed him with a full-ride scholarship. And so that's what Ernest did. He played hard-nosed football. He heaved the discus and hurled the shot put, but his heart longed to create. Ernest quit the track team to devote more time to developing as an artist and never left art, Ernest said. Oh my gosh, this is such a great story. He adored the large studio classrooms, the easels, and the sweet smell of oil paints. He studied anatomy, perspective, light, and shade. He experimented with new mediums like charcoal and inks. He learned more about art history, too. Oh, yeah. His mom was painting, too. Sometimes Ernest got stuck for ideas on what to paint. He asked his art teacher about it. If you're going to be an artist, you've got to work from your experiences, the teacher told Ernest. When you're on the field, check out what's going on around you. Ernest listened. Then he realized how football and art were one and the same. Both required rhythm. Both required technique. Passing, pulling, breaking down the field. That was an art. For Ernest, art and football could not be divided. From that point forward, he painted images from the game of football. Wow. Amazing, right? While Ernest grew up admiring art and books, he never actually been to an art museum. Laws prevented that, but now the laws have changed. When an upcoming field trip to the North Carolina Museum of Art was announced, Ernest was over the moon excited. Other than the post office, the museum was the fanciest place he'd ever been. Some paintings on the walls were realistic. Others were abstract. Ernest was having a great time, but he also felt disappointed. Something was missing. Where are the paintings by Negro artists? He asked the museum guide. Well, I'm afraid your people don't express themselves this way, she said. What? Words as cold as ice. Words Ernest knew weren't true. Laws had changed. People's attitudes had not. Yes, exactly. After college, Ernest was ready to pursue a career in art. He even sold his first painting to a basketball player. The $90 I received was great, Ernest said, but the real excitement was in having him hang my paintings in his home. Nothing slowed Ernest's dreams, except for maybe one thing, an offer to play for the American Football League. One draft day, professional teams chose players, and Ernest hoped to get picked. A career in football would make him a rich man. On the morning of the draft, he opened the sports section of the newspaper and searched for his name. Ernest's hands were sweating. His heart pounded. Several of his teammates were listed, but his name was missing, and then he saw it. Ernest Barnes, a tackle at North Carolina College. He dashed out to the garden to show his mom. Look, Mama, I got drafted by the Colts. Oh, my God. That's amazing. That's Carly's favorite team. Wow, imagine that. The kid from the bottom who no one chose to play on their team was now in demand from the biggest football league in the nation. Ernest would become a professional football player. Oh my gosh. The world champion Baltimore Colts had been eyeing Ernest throughout his college years. Soon they jetted him off to Baltimore to watch the championship game and to sign a contract. Ernest could not sleep that night. Excited, he spiraled out of bed and grabbed a paintbrush. Then he expressed his delight on canvas, painting a picture of his new teammates. he named his artwork The Bench. When a sports writer learned about Ernest, he requested an interview. A football-playing artist? Now there was a story to tell. But when the article was printed in the Baltimore News Post, Ernest's name was misspelled as Ernie. From that day forward, Ernest Barnes became known as Ernie Barnes, and the football-playing artist was just fine with that. Officially, Ernie Barnes was a Baltimore Colt, but new players had to make it through training camp before officially making the team, which proved to be tougher than Ernie had imagined. Guys in the big leagues were larger than college players, muscle-bound bodies bashed, heads banged, sometimes clashes were bloody. Ernie gave his best, but it wasn't good enough. By the final day of camp, he had been cut from the Colts. Ernie was crushed. He wasn't without a job for very long, though. He was next signed to play for the New York Titans. Later, he played for the San Diego Chargers before ending up on the Denver Broncos. Art remained in Ernie's heart, even on the field. Before games, Ernie slipped the stub of a pencil and a notebook into his sock. During timeouts, he scribbled notes of what he'd seen while playing. He recorded what his body felt like when it moved. He planned on how he could splash that movement onto canvas later. Sketching during team meetings was a big no-no, however. One time a coach fined him $100 as punishment. His teammates didn't mind, though. They nicknamed him Big Rembrandt, after the famous Dutch artist. That is so amazing. Oh no. 5 seasons later, 5 seasons of football slogged by. Ernie battled on the gridiron, but his heart ached for more time to paint. After an injury, Ernie decided it was time to retire from football. He was 27 years old. Was his football career over? Definitely not. Ernie had a plan. At a meeting with league owners, he asked to be hired back, not as a player, but as an artist. The official artist of the American Football League. The owners got quiet as Ernie pled his case. No one knew quite how to respond. An artist for a football league? They were confused. Owners of the New York Jets? Oh my gosh! Owners of the New York Jets liked the idea. However, and Ernie soon joined their team. Yes, as an artist, he quickly went to work creating 30 new paintings in just a few months. A solo art show at the Manhattan Art Gallery was soon arranged by Sonny Werblin, the owner of the Jets. You guys, I had no idea because I don't read the stories first, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, Eagles or Jets, Eagles or Jets. And then it's the Jets. And I'm telling you, this book jumped out at me on the Barnes & Noble shelves. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Manifestation at its best. On the night of the exhibition, the gallery quickly swarmed with football players, art critics, sports announcers, and reporters. Ernie was worried, his nerves like jelly. Had he made a mistake? Would anyone even purchase a painting? A phone call from his mother calmed him. She offered a prayer, then sent him off to greet his guests. Oh my goodness, you guys! This is amazing. Ernie's paintings were dynamic. Lights and shadows swirled. Lines and patterns sang. The raw muscle of football danced with the grace of a ballerina. Ernie began painting the people of the black community he so admired. This collection of paintings he called The Beauty of the Ghetto. One of the paintings was featured on the national television show Good Times. Ernie had even appeared on the show twice. I remember watching that show as a kid. In the spring of 1979, Ernie's art career churned full circle. when he exhibited at North Carolina Museum of Art. Surely he thought about the tour guide from 23 years ago, the one that said, "Black people don't express themselves artistically." He must have thought about all the bullies who teased him for wanting to be an artist. Maybe he thought about his father, who had passed away by now and hadn't believed art was a good career choice. Wow, what a story. What a story. Ernest Barnes had been a boy who liked art. He was shy, he was quiet. Others tried to decide who he should be, but Ernest decided for himself. He became an athlete. He became an artist. This boy could be anything he wanted to be. Football demands creativity, Ernie once said. From pigskins to paintbrushes, Ernie Barnes grew to be a man successful at being himself. Oh, what a great story. So much respect. Oh, man. Okay. This was a great story. And there he is. That's amazing. Ernest Eugene Barnes Jr. was a beloved African-American artist, football player, actor, and author. He was born July 15, 1938 at Durham, North Carolina. Barnes' artwork was its elongated human figures and graceful movement possessed a similarity of technique and style prevalent during the 16th century, prompting an art critic to describe Barnes as the founder of the neo-mannerism movement. However it is labeled, Ernie Barnes' work is a testament to his love of sports and the African-American experience. The Barnes family lived on Willard Street, an unpaved road in a poor area of town folks referred to as the Bottom. This was during the Jim Crow era when Durham was segregated. Ernie's father, Ernest Eugene Barnes Sr., worked as a shipping clerk for a tobacco company. His mother, Fannie Mae Geer, worked as a domestic. Ernie had an older half-brother, Benjamin, and a younger brother, James. Fannie Mae introduced her children to the arts at an early age, encouraging them to take tap dance lessons and learn to play several musical instruments. She worked in the home of prominent attorney and school board member Frank L. Fuller Jr., a lover of art and classical music. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. On the occasions when Ernest accompanied his mom to work, Mr. Fuller shared his art books and discussed his favorite painters with Ernie. Mr. Fuller's discarded classical records and art prints were like gold in the hands of the young artist. By the time Ernest entered first grade, he was familiar with such masters as Toulouse-Lautrec, Delacroix, Rubens, and Michelangelo. Barnes described himself as overweight, shy, and sensitive, with a mother who dressed him like the white kids who went to the fashionable private schools. He became the target of bullies throughout his grade school years. In high school, he turned low self-esteem on its head after a weightlifting coach taught him about bodybuilding. After that, Barnes became a prolific athlete, earning 26 athletic scholarships. Barnes credits Ed Wilson, the chairman of his college department, with helping him to develop the foundation of his art. Wilson reminded his students that art was all around him and he should work from his experiences. He advised Barnes to pay special attention to what his body felt like while playing football and then to express that movement in his art. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, I want to let you know that I really think this is one of my favorite books ever because I'll tell you what, you really could check this stuff out. Go to Barnes & Noble, look at the book, get this book. It's great for your library. Wow, that is amazing. Ernie was exceptional. I don't know. I want to guess he's still alive. I don't know. I need to find that out. It doesn't say, but that's amazing, okay? Excellent. I know we ran long today, and I'm sorry for that. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Okay. I wish. What do I wish? I wish that you all could just hug yourselves and be joyous and joyful with who you are. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I wish for you all the wishes in the world. Are you ready? Put your right hand. Oh, okay. Perfect. Oh, that's amazing. More books. Yes. Put your right hand on your left shoulder. Your left hand on your right. Give yourself a squeeze from me. Hug yourself so tight and know that everything's going to be all right. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you being here today and every day. Remember, hug yourselves, okay? We're going to go out with breathing in some I am statements. Remember, no negativity. Here we go. I am excellent. I am special. I am unstoppable. I am totally content. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for being here every day. Thank you for the books that you loan and you give me. And remember, if you know someone that needs books, contact me. Storytimewithdonnavee@gmail.com, because I have books that I can help you out for a little library, a school project, for someone that you know that just needs some books. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow when the letter is F for fun, September 2nd. We're going to read some back to school books and get ready for the weekend. Thank you, and I'll see you later. I appreciate it. Namaste.